Hi everybody, welcome to this object-oriented programming tutorial in Java. Today we're going to look at the concept of aggregation, which describes a has-at relationship. And we're going to look at a scenario where a kennel has a dog. A kennel also has a water bowl. And while there is water in the bowl, the dog will drink and bark. And when there is no water in the bowl, the dog gets angry, and we will put a new dog into the kennel. So let's go into our IDE and look at how to solve this problem. First of all, I've already set up the kennel class. Every kennel has a dog and a water bowl, which is just a boolean to tell us if there is water in the bowl or not. When we construct a kennel, we need a dog reference, which we assign to the class attribute. We also have accessor methods for our dog and our water bowl. And we have mutator methods for our dog. We can update the dog, and we can also randomly update the water bowl status. Also, if we go into the dog class, every dog has a name. When we construct a dog, we just tell it its name, and we have an accessor method for the name. Dogs can drink. All they need to know is if there's water available. If there is water available, they bark. Otherwise, they growl. When they bark, they just say, "Woof, I'm happy," 5 times. And when they growl, they say, "Grrr." Notice that these methods are private. Okay, so that's just a design idea. These methods can only be called from inside the class. And it's the drink method which is calling the bark or the growl method. Okay, so this is the design so far. So let's go into a main program and get things started. The first thing we need to do is construct a dog and a kennel. I'm going to create a dog array called dogs. I'm going to have 3 elements in this array. And let's assign a dog to each element. Don't forget the new keyword when we're constructing an object. So this is Fido. So the first element of the dog array will have a dog. Of course, it must be a dog because this is a dog array, and that's going to be Fido. And then we're going to put 2 more dogs into the array. We'll have Lassie, and we'll have Scooby-Doo. Now, randomly, we want to put one of these dogs into the kennel. So, for example, kennel. Now remember, this is our constructor method of the kennel class. If we look at the design of the constructor method, we need a dog reference as a parameter. So I could give it 0, 1, or 2. Let's hard code it. Okay, but I'd rather this be random. Okay, so let's do that. Whoops. Math.random multiplied by dogs.length. So that will give me a random number between 0, 1, or 2. And then we can use that random number to randomly choose a dog from the array to put into the kennel. Now, let's find out which dog actually ended up in the kennel. In the kennel, we have a very useful method, getDog. Okay? Now, this method in the kennel class returns a dog reference. That's what it returns. So let's grab it. Whoops, that is a dog. And let's now go into the dog class and call the getName method. Now that we've got our dog, let's call getName. There we go. And let's just see which dog we put into the kennel. Okay, so randomly select a dog, put it in the kennel, and then go into the kennel and get the dog, and then have a look at the dog's name. That's really what we're doing here. So in that instance, it's Fido, Scooby-Doo, so it's just random. Any Lassie? Lassie never goes in. Come on, Lassie. Wow, it's just, whoa. That's interesting. Never Scooby-Doo. What's going on? Ooh, finally we've got Scooby-Doo. Okay. So, we've got a dog in the kennel, and we know which dog is there. So now let's feed this dog that's in the kennel, okay? While there is water in the bowl. So while the kennel's water bowl, let's get the water bowl status. While that's true, now get water bowl status of the kennel class returns a Boolean. So you don't really need to do this comparison. You can if you want, but you can get away with just doing that in Java. While the kennel's water bowl is true, we're going to let our dog, which is in the kennel, drink. Now to call the drink method of the dog class, we need to give it a Boolean. So the Boolean that we're going to give it is our kennel's water bowl status. That's the Boolean that we're going to feed the dog when it's drinking. And then randomly, we're going to change the kennel's water bowl status. Okay. Now remember, when the dog drinks, if there is water, it's going to bark. Okay? So let's run this program and just see if our dog is happy. Yes. Okay. Now, when this becomes false, the dog growls. How can we make the dog growl? Oh, this is awkward. Oh, it is awkward, isn't it? Because I made the growl method private. So I can't call it from another class. The only way I can call the growl method at the moment in this design is through the drink method. If this is false, the dog will growl. That's a bit awkward. Let's make the dog growl. So we've got our current dog from the kennel. And let's call the drink method and send it a false. That will make the dog growl. Okay, that's a bit awkward, isn't it? The design of this program is not brilliant, to be honest. I think that's a bit strange. Maybe we need to change something. But let's see if it works. So finally, the dog growls. So now that the dog is growling, we're going to put a new dog into the kennel. Okay? I don't want to choose the same dog again. If rand is 0, I don't want to choose that number again. Okay? So let's choose a number which isn't 0, randomly. Oh, that's tricky. I'm going to do a do-while loop. Oh, this is tricky. Math.random multiplied by dogs.length, same as before. But I'm going to keep trying to generate a random number. Why is it not happy with that? Okay. we're going to generate a random number while rand2 is the same as rand. While they're the same, keep trying. Oh, I've declared this integer inside the do. So this outside the loop, it's not visible. So I need to declare this outside the loop. Now it's visible to the program. Okay, so there's a little lesson on scope. Ooh. I'm going to try and generate a random number which is not the same as the original random number that I generated. Okay, so hopefully that will work. Now that I've got a random number, I can set my dog to and then let's get the dog. Let's just use current dog again. We're going to get the dog, and let's find out which dog is now in the kennel. Oh, current dog. Dog, get name. Oh, what do you think of that? We construct a kennel with a random dog. While there's water in the bowl, in the kennel's bowl, we let the dog drink, and we update the status of the water bowl in the kennel. When we get out of that loop, we want the dog to growl. My design was weird because I made that growl method private. Maybe I should just make it public. It would be easier. Then I could just call it easily from this class. Then we want to try and get another random dog into the kennel, but I don't want it to be the same as the first dog that I put in. So when I generate my next random number, I just want to make sure that it's not the same as the original one. So that's what that loop is doing. Then we put a new dog into the kennel, and then I have a look and see which dog I put there. Okay, so let's run the program and see if it works. Oh, so Fido went in. Happy, happy, happy. Then he growled, and then we put Lassie in. Oh, have a think about that code, guys. Quite a lot going on there, but it's quite an interesting little computer program focusing on aggregation.